Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Yet another glorious day awaits our glorious nation as we continue to make progress, as we continue to push forward. Folks, I will not bore you with a prolonged introduction. Just want to mention, as always, if you've been enjoying this series, if you would like to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel. It lets me know what y'all want to see, lets me know what y'all want me to do. With that said, let's get this party started, shall we? The first order of business is actually to touch on the latest dev diary. It's been a couple of weeks since we got one, but it's because the developers have been busy, developing, so they didn't have a chance to write out a new diary. But now that one has dropped, it's actually chock full of information with a couple of interesting tidbits. Now, first of all, there is a tool that I'm pretty sure was only recently added. I feel like I would have noticed this button when we were kind of doing our overview of the new updates, right? But maybe I missed it. It's very possible I missed it. Nonetheless, it is a tool to measure distances. Now, I will say, not sure if you can hear that, but I'm not a fan of that noise ticking every time you move the mouse. Not everything needs an audio component to it, right? But anyway, that minor nitpick aside, this is a pretty interesting tool. So at first, I wasn't sure what its value might necessarily be, apart from being really cool. I mean, I love the elevation profile. I've always been a sucker for elevation profiles. I remember when, GPS on phones and stuff first started, letting you know your elevation change when you went out on, a run or a walk or whatever. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I think they're, I don't know. I don't know why. I just think they're absolutely awesome. So the elevation profile is pretty cool. But beyond that as well, I was like, well, how exactly would one use this? I mean, I understand if somebody is more technically inclined or is more in tune with exactly what the numbers mean, the elevation angle, the maximum elevation angle of a bridge, for example, you'd be able to tell, oh, you know what, going from 21.4 to 47.4 or having an elevation change of 25 meters is possible or not possible. I feel like there's obviously that element. I'm not in tune with the numbers well enough, I think, to take advantage of that. However, when I was experimenting with it a little bit, I realized that it's not just a point-to-point measuring tool. It is a point-to-point to infinity measuring tool. So basically what you can do is something like this, if I put a house down over here, will it be able to reach my facilities up over there? Well, why don't we go ahead and check. We've got this distance here, we've got this distance here. We should account for this rounded edge over here. We go over here, we go over here, we head on over to I guess the edge of the building is what counts. This is 435 meters, so you know what, that is too far away. We can also instead, for example, let's do what's a more reasonable measurement? Let's go ahead and do, okay, the person's gonna walk out over here, they're gonna get to the road, they're going to if I can click and drag, get up to here, and they're at the bus stop. So that's a distance of 92.94 meters. Let's see how accurate that actually is. 92.94, okay, 89 meters. Oh, because of course they're gonna stick to the close side of the sidewalk. So there's obviously room for human error because you're clicking and dragging and all that kind of stuff, but it's close enough where you can tell and plan around your measurements. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. Show measurement properties. What is the difference there? Ooh, show bridge pillar distances. Hang on. How do I see? Hold on. What do you mean by bridge pillar distances? If I pull this across, I don't necessarily see anything that indicates where pillars would go. Oh, when I hover over it. Okay, that's not what I thought it meant. I thought it meant it would tell me where pillars would have to be put down, as opposed to the fact that that here's what the pillar height and stuff would be. I mean, good to know, especially considering our revelation over here, but not what I was expecting. Anyway, that's a pretty cool tool. I'm glad to see it. I don't know how much use we'll have in the near future, but down the line, if I remember that it's available, I might use it to plan out certain spaces. And that's just one thing that I wanted to touch on from the dev diary. Another thing is that there are, in fact, yes, new little visuals for dead ends, roadblocks, and the same on train tracks as well. So that's one thing. On the topic of train tracks, the developer has acknowledged that they changed how yellow lights were being perceived by trains, and that seems to have caused quite a few people quite a bit of trouble. And so I don't know if they've changed it just quite yet. I don't know if they've fixed it yet, but it has been noted they've received a bunch of saves where they could test out the problem. They weren't able to recreate it for themselves, and they were able to identify the problem. I'm not sure if they were able to fix it just quite yet, but do know that that is either coming or maybe already here. We'll find out. And that explains why some of the jamming has returned, I guess, for us as well. It's not just my poor trainmanship. It was a problem with some of the edits that were made to the game. And finally, I think the last thing to touch on is probably the chunkiest thing to touch on. We got a lot more details on how government loyalty actually works. So the numbers are maybe a little fuzzy. So like, don't quote me on the numbers, but the systems are, this is what was sort of shared in the dev diary. But basically, government loyalty, as we discussed previously, can be influenced by education, right? Like if your teachers were more loyal, then the students that graduate will be more loyal. That's one thing. Monuments, we've already discussed how they have an area of influence where they pump up loyalty as well, but only up to a certain degree, right? It can only get people up to a certain maximum loyalty. Beyond that, we've been given some extra insight. So radio stations are able to add to government loyalty, but there's also an upper limit to radio stations doing that. TV stations can also add to government loyalty, as, again, I mean, we knew this because there's this aspect over here, but it also has a maximum threshold. The maximum threshold of the television station is a little bit higher than the radio station, but it is still a limit. I say threshold, I should say limit. I believe the radio station can take people up to 80%, and the TV station can take people up to 90%. But, and this was a surprise, to get people to 100% loyalty, you actually need them to have personal cars. And that was a surprise to me because of a few reasons. But most notably, the first thing that came to mind when I read that was some of the conversation we had back when we first talked about adding more spots for personal cars. A long time ago now, we were kind of discussing, oh yeah, let's have some more personal cars. It'll be interesting. Let's see how traffic works, etc., etc. And a lot of the conversation was around the topic of, well, this game is really about public everything, all public everything. So is having a bunch of cars really appropriate or fitting or suitable, whatever word you want to use? And it was a good conversation. It was a good back and forth we had, and ultimately we kind of, I would say, went with like a middle ground where we have room for a fair number of cars, but it's not been a focal point, I would say, of our city planning. However, lo and behold, if you want people to get to 100% government loyalty, they need to have a personal car. And I thought that was interesting. And I think we'll keep that in mind moving forward. Now, do note that it's not necessary that everybody has a personal car. 90% loyalty is not bad. But if you want that last 10%, they need to have those personal cars. So I thought that was pretty insightful and interesting. Now, on that note, let's go ahead and get to work over here. First order of business is actually just some minor adjustments and edits to make over here before we then move on to some of the logistical issues, I guess, that have been plaguing us for a little while. There's just a couple of things that, yeah, I want to make tweaks, make adjustments maybe, and then we'll go ahead and move on to some of those other topics. So one thing that was brought up was the fact that these guys are eating into the space for these tracks over here, and I mean, the more I think about it, the more I'm not sure how much we'll actually use these tracks. But let's imagine we would. And this guy is able to, too steep of a descent. I do believe it had to be multiple steps, right? I'll pull you down to here, let's say. We're just like measuring, yeah. This isn't gonna work unless, oh yeah, of course I could do this. Pull you in. Excuse me? Didn't I specifically plan the bridge around the tracks fitting? Am I misremembering this? Okay, that's frustrating. I could have sworn I planned the bridge around the tracks, like literally. Okay, not my idea of a good time, but maybe we can still get them both to fit. Oh, don't do this to me, game. Don't be like this. It's not the end of the world, but it sure as hell is frustrating. Let's see. Over to there. Okay. As long as we can kind of like come through, and these guys you'll come in over here, you'll come in, oops. over here. And then can you... That's not what I meant. Go on. Can you go on? Yes. Okay, cool. I mean, thanks for the heads up, because I did not take this into consideration. I did not consider these extra tracks. So thank you for the heads up in the comments. I'm glad we checked to make sure these guys would still fit. And actually, I should go further down. I think we'll be fine. If we're fine up there, I imagine... Ooh, actually, wow. Lo and behold, we might not be. Sides are too steep. That's on this side. Oh, no, you know what? That's a huge drop. Yeah, okay, hold on. What am I looking for? Come on. Go ahead and... Right from center it. I don't know if the game will. Yeah, it won't. Can I raise the train? Nope. I think we might need to move this this gas station a bit. Because there's no way the tracks will fit over here. Unless, again, I put them onto the same... Ooh, hang on. Unless I put them onto the same... like line over here, but that sort of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Alright, very glad I've come through to check this before we committed to it. Oh, what's weird to me, though, is that this guy won't come through either. Will he now, though? No, eh? Sides are too steep. Okay. We can do it in parts, I guess. Now, it's not really my favorite thing to do, but... It's a way of navigating the jank, let's call it. Not my favorite look, but look, it's one of those things I've come to accept with this game. Sometimes you can't get exactly what you want, and this is one of those times. All right, fair enough. So at least we have confirmation that things can fit over here. Again, I know I said it like 3 times already, but thanks for that heads up, because that finding out that this doesn't work would have been, oh my god. It would have been very upsetting if we found out, you know, after everything had been built up that none of this works anymore. But that's good. It does. So that's what matters. Cool. That's that done. I also got an excellent suggestion with regards to terminating our highway if we wanted to. It's called, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember the comment correctly, it's called a trumpet T interchange, and it would be a way to bring this road over and perhaps bring it to an end somewhere up over here. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it from up on high, I might have mentioned this already last time, but it slips my mind now. This guy can maybe come over here and become a 4-way, right? I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm not gonna. Don't worry. I've seen I've spent too much time on these right now, but it was good insight. The trumpet T was good insight into, I guess, you know, kind of, well, terminating a highway at a position like this, at a place like this. So that was insightful. We could also, I mean, take that into account down over here potentially. But with regards to this, sorry, I thought this was going to be. I completely forgot that these guys lined up so perfectly. So this would actually have to change, I guess, into a on clover, right? There are a couple of different options, and I'll anyway. Sorry, I've talked about this enough already. We're gonna rework this eventually. No rush. With that said, this is all looking good. Things are all being built. I don't think I'm going to pay for anything over here. It's been suggested that why don't I just like pay for something over here since we're losing population so quickly. We're so close to done. We're so close to done. And if I pay for one thing, it becomes a cascade of paying for everything. And then we have stuff to do while this stuff is being built anyway. Stuff that will guarantee the arrival of food and meat and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna let the workers and resources of the nation get the job done over here. But I mean, it's not a bad suggestion or thought at all to like rush some of these buildings. Though I do want to, yeah, honestly, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm not the biggest fan of these parking lots. I just don't like how janky they look. They're just a little too janky for my liking. So I might want to adjust how they're placed. Maybe back over here, you know, just have a bunch of parking lots back over here. Everybody can reach them, and I think that would just be neater. It would make this section a bit more congested, but better than having the main road and this intersection over here get congested, I think, right, as vehicles leave. We'll just have to make sure that we don't have to flatten this too much. In fact, to that effect, my apologies, but I should have left this stuff out. Should have left this out here. Go ahead and pull you over there. Pull you over to here, pull you over to here. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Just want to get this down to like here. And here. Can I keep going? Yeah, I can. Again, it'll be a little different every time. But the reason why I want to do this is because then as I put parking lots down, I don't have to worry about this being all janked up. Parking lots, parking lots, parking lots. Over to our mods. Over to our parking lots. And over to the really big ones. I mean, I guess I can't fit these ones in. How about the 20s? Oh, yeah. That seems a bit more reasonable. Yeah. Right behind the car dealership, too. Sure, so let's go ahead and put this one down over here. Now, again, it's not going to be enough parking lots for the entire population of this space. But it's something. Got these guys. The multi-level ones can really cause some serious congestion, though, which is my hesitation there. All right. Pop you down over here. Pop you down over here. It's about 40 cars. Right? Let's go ahead and get rid of you. I never liked that pop-up because so many times in the past I've like clicked through it and something a long time ago now, but something behind gets destroyed without me intending to do that. Now I'm pretty sure these guys are all easily reached. This won't be a problem. So that's good. We'll have more parking lots elsewhere as well. I mean, I might introduce them up over here, and people might use these spaces to park in. If I get footpath connections down this way especially. What if we go ahead and go over to our mods? This whole infrastructure, the footpath thing is wild. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Another thing that was mentioned in the dev diary is that they have adjusted how close you can build buildings to roads now. You can actually get a lot closer, which is nice. I don't want to cause any congestion over there. What the 20s? Again, just trying to be mindful of this, you know? Don't want to overdo it. What if I build... You know what, actually, now that I think about it. What if I get a road that kind of, like, comes up... I'm not sure if this is the right move. I'm just, like, kind of thinking out loud over here. But a road that kind of like does this kind of a thing, right? Ideally, this is also how I do like my bus stops and stuff in some cases, right? Where I'm expecting heavy traffic. But if I do that and then I get these guys up over here, then the congestion would happen like along this road as cars are coming in and out, keeping it away from the main road. We'll still see like hot spots over like here and here. But I think less so. I think it won't be as much of a problem. I mean, I'm going to put these guys down, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, because I might be missing something, you know, obvious here. If that's the case, then feel free to point it out, but I feel like this should work all right. Go ahead and pop you down over here. Pop you down over here. Can I get a third one in? Yes, I can. Come on. I think I want to go further inwards. No. The autosave being smack in the middle is always a little... throws me off. Like that. Alright, good enough. Yeah. I think that makes sense. I think that works. Right? Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and cancel the tracks here before I build them by mistake. That would be unfortunate. Done and done. And let's move on from this space over here. I think we're seeing some good progress. Again, we're waiting on some like boards and bricks and stuff like that. We are getting a shipment coming through, though. You're moving fire trucks. That's not what I was looking for. Yeah, we got some bricks and steel over here already, so I think we'll be fine. Boards are the only thing I think slowing us down right now. We planted a bunch of new trees, though, so I'm imagining... Yeah, cool. We're picking the pace up over there. Picking up the pace up. That's such a weird way to... What am I saying, man? All right, so that's that taken care of. Loyalty, I think, is looking good, by the way. I do believe we have 50%. All right, I was expecting a higher number there. 55%. Okay, 56%. Looks like the secret police needs to come through again to reevaluate the overall loyalty. But yeah, unable to get meat. Let's go ahead and work on that. Many of you have pointed out that our issue is probably the result of not having enough, was it slaughterhouses? Or no, I've got my comments mixed up over here. We don't necessarily have a crop problem, though I think we do also have a crop problem, but we have a problem with processing said crop into livestock into meat. Let's just take a quick look, because I do want to remind myself over here. If we go to the livestock farm, we produce 5 tons of livestock every day, whereas the slaughterhouse needs 250 tons. What? That's a huge difference. That's not a 1-to-2 ratio. I'm miscalculating something or misremembering something, and that's on me. And my apologies for that, because I wasn't going to tackle building new slaughterhouses and stuff today. But hang on, one livestock farm takes 10 tons of crops to produce 5 tons of livestock per day. But we need 250 tons of livestock to produce 125 tons of meat per day. What? We need 50 livestock farms to supply one slaughterhouse? That doesn't seem... I'm doing something wrong over here, folks, and I apologize. But if we really quickly go back up to Trainwrecksky, right, where we have a decent flow of food, the slaughterhouse, I mean, do we not? I guess we don't. Right? We have a constant flow, but not like a surplus or anything like that. But I'm really going to put down 50 livestock farms to keep a single slaughterhouse working efficiently on a daily basis? That doesn't seem right. Anyway, that's besides the point, because what I was planning on doing was bringing in some meat, importing it. Like we were talking, it may be time to actually start importing some meat or maybe livestock instead. We could try importing livestock and doing the meat processing ourselves. That might do the trick. If we take a look at costs, again, it's not like money's a big issue or anything, but why not be cognizant of some of this stuff, because I do think they're cool mechanics. So, where are we? I'm looking for livestock. Livestock, where are you? Current price on gold market. Oh, hey, it's all alphabetical. It didn't used to be. So it took me a second to do that. So livestock costs 3,700, let's call it 4,000 rubles to buy, and meat costs, let's call it 8,000 rubles to buy per ton. Sorry. It's a 1-to-2 ratio, right? 2 tons of livestock produces 1 ton of meat. 2 tons of livestock is 6,700, 7,400. 7,400 versus 7,500. You know what? That's a marginal discrepancy. We'd be much better off just importing meat directly. It's a difference of 100 rubles, if I did that math right. Which is really not worth, 100 rubles is nothing. So I think I'd much rather, again, it's a matter of scale. When you're importing 1,000 tons, that 100 rubles is, of course, multiplied by that 1,000. So I guess it's not nothing per se. If we were to import livestock, and process it into meat, do I think our people would be able to keep up? I think so. I like to have faith in our people. So why don't we do that as our first kind of test over here, see if we can provide meat ourselves, and then if not, then we'll go ahead and import meat directly as opposed to import livestock. Y'all let me know what you feel about that. But I feel like that's a nice, it's a way to give our people an opportunity to be involved in the process, right? And I think that would be nice. So let's go ahead and get some livestock coming in from think Baraharad is closest to here. Yeah. So Baraharad will bring livestock up to the Morgrainsky slaughterhouse. For that, we will need... what? For that, we will need not open hull. Closed hull, I'm fairly certain. Do I want to use a distribution office? No. Go ahead and purchase, or actually, want to go ahead and manufacture. We've got a lot of buses we got to send out as well. But when we, after this manufacturing is done for this bus, we will select the KMZ 5410. Can you not move livestock? Yes, you can. All right, cool. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and move you up to here. And so what I'm hoping is, yeah, we'll bring livestock up to the slaughterhouse up over here. We'll bring livestock to the slaughterhouse over here. We do have this track that was supposed to go to Molna, right? And we could finally finish building that track off. What would we do? We'd bring the livestock back to this. Warehouses can't hold livestock. It has to be a livestock, like, holding facility, whatever it's called. So that's not an option, really. This was meant to be for grain and food and stuff like that, for crops and for food and stuff, this track over here. So that's not necessarily ideal. The other option is, of course, we could put down some... we could maybe put down some separate tracks down over here that go more directly to Molna, or otherwise connect to this set of tracks over here and bring livestock via train up to this slaughterhouse. Alternatively, again, of course, we can just use roads. We're very close with roads as well. Trains would be faster, right? All right, if I were to put tracks down over here, let's see. Where are my factory connections? There we go. Right, so you're maxed out. We can't put a... we'd have to have trucks ship the livestock into the slaughterhouse if we're going to do that. And that's fine, that's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and take a look and see. Livestock. All/range. Not very big, so that's good. No train connection, though, of course. Has to be brought in via truck. Can you actually not... yeah, I guess you never want to move livestock around on a train. That must be terrifying. Come to think of it. So I guess we have to do it via... road. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was just like, well, hang on a second. I guess it would be terrifying as all hell to be a cow in the back of a you know, train moving at who knows how many kilometers per, like, what, 200 or something kilometers per hour, 160 kilometers per hour. Yeah, I guess that would be terrifying. We do have road connections here, right? Yes, we do. So we could very easily do... I say very easily, but that's a misnomer. Oh, do we want to do like a highway kind of a thing? We have this highway that doesn't end, like, doesn't go anywhere. Where are we? Where are we? There we go. This guy. So this guy, we've got this roundabout over here, and this kind of like just kind of floats, doesn't go anywhere. And the idea was that this would continue down over to, you know, Petrograd and Warstock and stuff. So if we were to actually make it into a highway, I think it would probably take way too much space for what we need to do for this short distance we're trying to cover. It's gonna be like a country road highway anyway, basically, right? So let's not overdo it. And if you've never been on like a country road highway, it's like sometimes it's literally just a dirt path. At least the ones that I've been on. It's like, this is not a highway, but fair enough. Go ahead and pull you up like this. Ours won't be a dirt road. This is just for planning purposes, right? Move you right up to here. Yeah. Can we go straight down? Needs a bit of flattening. All right. It's a long road, isn't it? Oh, come on. I want to make sure we're actually connected there. I think we are. A little bit of light flattening here. Cool. Again, just a touch of light flattening. There we go. Don't want to overdo it. More ambulances. That looks like Ruralinsky, or that looks like, sorry, Brixtonia. Come on. Sweet spot over here. right down to Molna. Quite the road. Very bumpy road, but I think I'm okay with that. Definitely a back road. Right at the back of our nation. Alright, cool. We won't need a livestock haul. We'll go ahead and bring the livestock directly into the slaughterhouse. I think that'll be fine. But let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of our trucks here. Are we still working on this one? Yeah, I guess so. Jeez. Taking its sweet time. No! The timing on that. Got unlucky, but it's okay. Alright, well, while we're waiting for some of these trucks to get made, I wish you could, oh, I like this build with random color option. I wish you could give it an end destination that wasn't just the storage, because they have a bit of fuel in them, right? They can move to a destination. So I wish you could kind of direct them a little bit. Well, this one's done, so why don't we go ahead and direct you. Nice try, buddy. This guy came through to pick him up. Nice try. Using that pause to good effect. Okay. That's one. We're going to have, I think, 2 bringing livestock up over here, and then 2 bringing livestock down over here as well. And that'll hopefully provide enough meat for these distribution offices. Now, what's going on with this meat storage over here? You are supplied by this road cargo station that's being supplied by, well, not necessarily supplied by, but interacted with. Uprising Grad meat storage is where you unload. Looking for Brixtonia Road Cargo Station 2 as an unload point. This guy? Load. Trying to figure out who actually brings meat to this meat storage facility. Oh, you know what? Must be this other one. Right. I believe it is. Quite a few of them, evidently, I think. From Primo Meat Storage. Alright. What about Morgrainsky? This one's got to be loading at the Morgrainsky Meat Storage and unloading at the Brixtonia Road Cargo Station. Okay. Cool. So Morgrainsky is bringing meat down here. And I would imagine... Petrograd, are you bringing meat? No, I guess not. Okay, fair enough. What about Primo? Primo is also in this general area. Primo's distribution office is the one that's bringing meat up over here. Okay, cool. So what I'm checking here is to make sure that meat is being stored and brought to this meat storage, and that 75 tons can be distributed by these distribution offices. Now, I'm not going to expect these guys to deliver all the way over to our new city over here, but I want to try and ensure that Krasna and St. Elitzburg and stuff are getting meat from those 2 spots. Hopefully I'm clear on what I'm saying there. I hope that makes sense. But where is... Oh, there you are. Move you over, buddy. Go ahead and get you. Let's see. New stop. From Baraharad over to the slaughterhouse. Straight to the slaughterhouse. Go ahead and purchase livestock. Go ahead and sell livestock, or drop off, I should say, livestock. And let's go ahead and view line details. Rename it to the Baraharad. I don't know. I wish I'd come up with a naming convention a long time ago. Like, import livestock, Baraharad, Morgrainsky. It would make it easier to find in the list, you know what I mean? So I wish I was a bit more prudent about this earlier on. Now it's... I mean, by the time line names had been introduced, it had become way too... late already. We already had so many lines, but in a new game I would be a lot more careful about line naming, so that it was easier to keep a track of. Hold on, I'm gonna keep this guy selected, so when the next truck arrives I'm able to assign... Is it you? Yeah, it is you. Copy the schedule over to you. There we go. Cool. So 2 trucks providing livestock over here. Let's see how much of a difference that makes. And we'll get 2 more working at Warstock. Before we get into that, though, whoops, I should not close that. So I can keep an eye on production here. These are actually being produced pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and get another one. And then back to buses. We can recolor them afterwards. So, as we're getting these trucks done, geez, they do get done a lot faster than the buses, don't they? This one's already almost done. I want to send this one down to Warstock. I don't like missing them. We order there. Go ahead and make sure you start up as well. And you, buddy. First of all, where are our list of lines? Covered hull. Import livestock. That's the naming convention. So let's go ahead and new stop. I want you to start down at Molna, where you're going to load up on livestock. And I want you to come up to the slaughterhouse directly, where you're going to unload the very same livestock. There's something dark about going straight to the slaughterhouse. There we go. Let's go ahead and view line details. Go ahead and rename this line into... so what is it? Import livestock Molna Warstock. Yeah. Yeah, that should help. That should help. And this guy's also almost done. I think 2 trucks apiece should do a fair bit for starters. We'll see if we need, 3, 4. We might. I don't know how many shipments we'll get per day, right? We might need more trucks, and if we do, that's not a problem. Not a problem. I do just want to also tackle some other things as well as the thing. But yeah, import livestock, Molna Warstock. Yeah, see, it's just like so much neater. I can tell if I'm looking for imports, if I'm looking for exports, I can find it. But we have just so many lines right now. I don't know if it's worth going back and doing that. I'm waiting for this truck to finish, and once it's done, we'll go ahead and deal with some more bus-related stuff. Are our people at Vecherinkograd getting meat, though? Actually, I didn't check that. Looks like they're mostly getting meat. Couple people are lacking. Okay, well, maybe we'll come back and take a look at that. Oh, oops, god damn it. Still getting used to the new pinning. Of course I missed him. It's okay, he's gonna just get dropped off over there, so we can intercept this before this sale happens. But yeah, we might consider meat production up at Vecherinkograd and stuff as well. I think people are mostly okay up there, but we have a serious problem at Krasna and St. Elitzburg. That's why I'm kind of like prioritizing these guys. We also have the same issues of like, well, unemployment now as well. So that's far from ideal. Get you moving over there for now. Go ahead and set line. Import Molna Warstock. Cancel that. There we go. Off you go, buddy. Off you go. Now, buses. First order of business. Some of you pointed out that some of these buses are actually acting a little funky in how they navigate these waypoints. That was at Krasna. It's over here, right? These guys. Now, what's going on over here? View line details. It might be because they have to go get fuel. No? Hold on. I just want to see what this bus does. Because this bus is a different kind of bus. Okay, that's fine. Though even with this guy, I could probably move him down. Okay, what about you? Trying to get too many. There we go. You, buddy. Yeah, see, you shouldn't be here right now. So where are you going? Are you low on fuel? No, you're not. You can go all the way there. All the way to, what, the end of the road and then turn in? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Do I need to add more waypoints? Yeah, you can see this guy as well. He's going down, looping around, and then going up. Okay. I suppose one way to check that is hopefully by adding another waypoint. Not my favorite thing to do here, but let's see if it does the trick. Pop you down there, right? So what are we doing here? From Krasna, what's this one? To St. Lietsburg. Get the waypoint. We get this waypoint. Then you go over here, go down over there, come back up. Those should be fine. Let's see. Like, it doesn't look different, but hopefully it actually encourages a different behavior. I don't know if it applies immediately, but we'll see maybe with this guy as he goes around. It's a good spot. I didn't notice that was happening. I noticed that the congestion was less, but I guess that's because of the trip back. You can see on the way back, these guys are very much using the waypoints. Okay, let's see what this guy does over here, right? He's gonna go down, straight down, straight down, straight down. Yes, excellent. Now go through your waypoint. You're gonna push through over here. And keep going. You're gonna go through your next waypoint, and you're gonna keep going. Yeah, you're gonna keep going. Okay, great. Okay. This UI... No, why would you go back up there? How does that make any goddamn sense? Is it really shorter to go up there, back over, back down, and then in, rather than go through like this? Like, come on, it can't be. It can't be. Okay, let's add a waypoint over here, I suppose. And for that, we'll go ahead and add you. That's gotta do the trick. That's gotta do the trick. Let's keep an eye on this guy, I suppose. See, like, I mean, again, it might seem like nothing, but these two buses are slowing traffic down over here, right? Quite a bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's because of some other buses as well. Just cascade. All right, let's see. You're going through here, your first waypoint. Time for your next waypoint. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going. Up you go, and a left turn you take. Yeah, there it is. Don't you dare. There we go. There we go. Past that waypoint, and... Okay, look. If they want to go up or down, I don't think I have any issues with that. As long as they stay off this main road. I'm fine with it. Alright, cool. So then what's your deal? You're not using the waypoints, okay. Gotta find another bus that's like staying on this main road when they shouldn't be. But I think that's helping. I think down over here we had some waypoints that we put down as well. We'll keep an eye out for it. Also, another thing to keep an eye out for is over here. How many lines do we have? Oh, you know what? We do just have the workers line. It was pointed out to me. Oh, right. The reason why we're not bringing passengers here yet is because I was waiting for the palace to get done. I wanted this entire place to kind of have a bit of a grand opening. That's why we don't have passengers coming here yet. But once this is done, we'll have passengers coming through as well, and hopefully a lot of people will have their cultural needs taken care of. Over here, we do have students and stuff being brought in. Workers waiting over here. There shouldn't be workers waiting over here. Everything that's coming here should be students. We do have workers coming over here. Well, we need workers to be dropped off over here, but we don't want them to get back onto the platform. We want them to teleport home like they always do. Okay, interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. But really quickly now, I do want to see. Got a few students waiting over here. Do we have... That's not Central Shuttle. Workers, 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 workers. We do not have any school buses over here. And all these students are looking to get to, probably, university. Alright. School buses. For university was like a yellow-orange kind of a color, right? I want to go ahead and... right. Can't see the color from over here. So that's yellow. It was like that orange kind of a color, though. There we go. That's the one. That was university students, whereas yellow was like school bus, like, you know, secondary and elementary school and stuff. So new stop. Going down to this university. Short road. You'd start there. Right, you'd come up over here, you get into the bus stop. Go up, around, down to this waypoint. And then just kind of stay off the main road is my hope. Down to here. So up over here, you're going to load up on... Okay. Load up on students that have a basic education. And you're going to come down over here, you're going to unload all of those students. These check marks don't matter when it's the unload, right? Sure. Launch, go ahead and get eyes on you. I think I want at least one more like you. Go ahead and get you started. Get you the right color as well. Alright. View line details. Again, like maybe it's not too late to start a more organized line naming system. You know, university. What is this? Saint Elitesburg, Krasna, right? And then we could get 2 buses bringing students from up over here down as well. There's quite a few students. Actually, hang on. There's quite a few passengers over here. Wait. We'll hold off on school buses for the Krasna bus stop then. Or what we'll do is we'll adjust this line to include both stops. Passengers are still trouble. Now, as we maybe noticed recently, it might be that passengers aren't getting on buses because those buses aren't taking them where they actually want to go. Right? Like these guys want to, for example, get meat. There's no bus that's going to take them to a place where they can buy meat, so they're not getting on any of those buses because those buses are useless to them. So that's something to consider as well. I'm hoping as the meat problem gets solved, we're going to see more people getting on these buses, and we're going to see more room freed up for workers as a result. Unemployment is going back down again. It went all the way up to 9%, but is it going down because of us taking care of our unemployment, or is it going down because our population has been steadily declining? 82k. The thing is, I don't think we're losing access to essential services. That was a red flag that was brought up in the comments of the previous episode. That, you know, we're losing workers who are working on essentials. I don't think we are. Because these are, I think, working like as kind of efficiently as they ever have. Up over here, Veterinograd. Let's go ahead and actually check Trainwrecksky, I suppose. Like, we still have a decent number of workers and everything around these places. So I don't think that's become a problem just quite yet. The thing is, our unemployment, we have so much unemployment that when people leave, if people who are working leave, we have people to replace them basically right away. So I don't think it's reached that tipping point just quite yet. But that was a red flag that was raised in the comments again of the previous episode, and it was part of the suggestion to like pay for some of these constructions. Running without issues, no workers or mechanisms, prefab panels missing. I know we have plenty of prefab panels. Couple bricks, couple of boards. These guys will be done soon. Seeing decent progress. Is this train full of workers? It is. 239 workers. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Those are better numbers. These are kinds of the numbers we need. I imagine they're all gonna pop out over here. From 239 down to 115. So roughly 100 and what? 24 people got dropped off over here to work at these various construction sites. Maybe I should have deprioritized these parking lots. But hey, it is what it is. Too late. Okay, lots of people arriving over here. Lots of people coming through over here. Good stuff, good stuff. I mean, again, if we can just get workers to the Krasna train station over here, that's the big play over here. A lot of workers waiting over here. Do I need more buses on this worker line? Two passenger loops. Minister's shuttle, Minister's internship shuttle. Krasna Central shuttle. Taking people to the train station. Yeah, you know what? I guess I could add maybe one more vehicle over here. Move you over there. Let's get you started. Off you go. Up over here, what are we looking at? Trying to keep an eye on how much livestock is actually coming through. 5.6 tons. That'll disappear in no time. Yeah, 2 trucks is probably nowhere near enough, actually. Like, let's see. It gets processed immediately. Though, I mean, we have 10 tons of meat sitting here. 11, 12 tons. Like, do I... This dude's Tokyo drifting around over here. It's like, do I give it some time? Or am I wasting time by giving it time, you know? Let this one get done and then we'll make some more trucks. Off you go. Excellent. Feeling pretty good about our overall productivity this session. I feel like we've accomplished a fair bit. But yeah, we need more buses on this Krasna Central shuttle. Passengers are being picked up, no problem. There's a lot of passenger buses over here. Look at that, 4 of them at a time, causing traffic jams with our passenger buses. But that's really exposing the trouble with the workers not being picked up. We're now able to see more clearly that workers are in fact, yes, not being picked up. So why don't we go ahead and add to this Krasna Central shuttle 1 more bus. Get you started. We'll see what that does to these numbers. 500 workers just standing here doing nothing. That would explain the unemployment going up as well. And what about over at here? I'm hoping once those school buses start coming through, we'll see more workers coming through. But once we see more workers coming through, we might see more workers, you know, being left behind. Are you orange? You're not orange. There we go. I actually want to see, we're going to go ahead and investigate that as well. But I actually want to see if this guy uses the waypoint properly. Or if he goes down and then comes back up, you know. A little bit of congestion over here. Wonder if that'll need correcting, but we'll check in a moment. How many students you got over here? 102. Alright, let's see. Moment of truth, I think. Okay, no, looking good. Yeah, looking good. Great. We have room for students. Like, we got plenty of room for students down over here, right? So if these kids want a post-secondary education, I want to make sure I'm able to provide it to them. You are also not orange, are you? You're not. What? It's because when they're selected, they have that little tint to them. There we go. Much better. Cool. Students dropped off over here. Look at that, though. Look at how busy this space is. I love to see it. I love to see it. That's great. Good stuff. A much more educated population is what I'm hoping for over here. So not as many students waiting over here. Over here, quite a few workers still waiting. Do I not have... There's a Krasna shuttle. Let's just take a quick look and see if I can't find some of these buses here. Looks like they're all like in the area roughly. Well, I guess some of them are still headed over from the construction or the production facilities all the way over here, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. 200 people waiting. We'll see how this plays out. I wonder if I want to put some more like parking lots down over here as well. I don't know if people drive to the train station in this game, you know? But look at this. This is not ideal. What's your line here? All the way down to there, eh? Again, I mean, I guess I could pull people down onto the waypoint down over here. So St. Elitesburg. Then you gotta come down, fair enough. You go up to Krasna, okay. And then you can go down to... Where's the waypoint? Is there not one down here? Oh, you know, actually they can't because there's no road connection over here. Unless this is a road connection? No, I don't think it is. I can't remember for the life of me. You know what? Okay, let's try it. Let's go ahead and establish a waypoint. Sorry, a waypoint coming down there. I mean, if they're coming down this way, they can always go down this lane as well, right? Go over this way. Trying to come up over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a waypoint down over here. Come on. Come on. Sure. Waypoint there. Waypoint there. So from Krasna, you're going to go ahead and go to that waypoint. Go to that waypoint. And at that point, you'll have to come up... Oh no, I guess I could keep going and come up all the way down over there. So let's go ahead and place another waypoint over here. I just don't like all these waypoints. There you go. And on your way back, you're going to go ahead and use this waypoint, this waypoint, this waypoint. Cool. There we go. Yeah, this is a fully connected road. I wasn't 100% sure. I couldn't remember for absolute certain, but it looked like it. So that's good. So these guys should, yeah, come down over here, stay off the main road, except for right at the end over here where it's not all that congested anyway, so that should be okay. And on the way back, they stay down over here, come down this way, stay again off the main road, basically all the way through until right at the bus stop. That should work out significantly better. These guys, I wonder if... whoops. Go ahead and confirm. Yep. I wonder if these guys shouldn't have line spacing. Very tightly packed. This might be too many vehicles, actually. We have how many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have way too many vehicles, actually. But you know what? We've got a lot of passengers here. We've got a lot of passengers here. Again, we'll see. Once the meat starts getting distributed, we'll see. I think we'll have a better understanding of our circumstances. 4 tons of meat over here right now. Go ahead and get... You're the first one? Nah, you can't be the first one that's being completed. Again, these guys get done so quickly. I'd be shocked. Okay, let's go ahead and move you up to there. But the real reason I have you selected is because I want to set line. Covered hull, import livestock from Baraharad to Morgrainsky. Okay, great. And thank you for popping up again. Or are we up over here? Things causing a real issue, isn't it? Flip you around, let's go. See if that frees things up. It's far from ideal, obviously. Not the end of the world, it's not like we're going broke immediately, but it's not ideal. And how's our construction looking over here? Pretty good. Pretty good, we're close. We're close. This bus stop is done, yep. This bowling alley is done. Priorities, baby. Priorities. Waiting on some boards over here. Waiting on quite a few boards over here, actually. Waiting on some boards over here. Man, these guys are really, like, board-heavy constructions, aren't they? Another 209 tons is going to be needed over here. My lord, I don't think I realized just how many boards we need for these guys. I feel like I'm going to have to plant a whole other generation of trees to get these guys done. Or maybe we do just, you know, rush the build. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's always a certain pleasure in making this stuff ourselves, right? But maybe I'm getting a little too caught up in that. Where is our mill over here? Always lose this guy. There we go. Nope. Wood cutting post. This is our sawmill. Alright. We'll see how much my patience holds. But one thing I do need to do, just remembered, is I gotta get some more gas stations down, right? A lot of vehicles go all the way up over here just to fuel up, and that's probably wasting a fair bit of time. Probably same thing up over here as well, right? A lot of these vehicles probably come up over here to get gas, which is probably also, again, wasting a lot of time. I could probably put a gas station down over here or something, for example, just to keep these guys from wasting time up there. We'll see. I mean, I thought it was a bigger problem than it might actually be, because I'm not seeing too much of that right now, but it felt like it was happening all the time previously. Why is this guy? Where is this guy going? Huh. Working for the construction office at Party Power. Actually using the highways. That's nice. This guy must have come across the bridge, gotten on at Zavodsk, and is now using the highway to get to the construction site. That's worth celebrating. Slow as he might be moving. That's worth celebrating. All these choppers, though. Can you imagine? I mean, I've lived in places that have had a lot of choppers, so I guess I can imagine, actually. Now that I say it out loud. Look at the ministerial headquarters, though. Just peeking over the trees, all lit up like that. That looks pretty cool. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. But yeah, I'm guessing this bus goes all the way through, over past this tunnel. Yeah, up over here. Oh, we've seen them coming through, but it's just cool to catch them earlier in the journey, I suppose. Cool to catch them earlier in the journey. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. A lot of work to be done over here. It'll take some time still. Gotta assign some construction offices to these bad boys and girls as well. But I think, yeah, these are all priorities, of course. What I probably should have done, in hindsight, is just built like 1 or 2 buildings first. I can still... It's not too late to suspend some of the other constructions. And just make sure that, you know, at least one gets done. Because all the boards that have been used across all these buildings could have all just been used to finish 2, you know, or 3. But hey, no use crying over spilt milk, even if that spilt milk is the loss of countless citizens. This has been a very constant drain. It's been thrilling. It's been exhilarating trying to beat this drain. And I think we'll be fine. I think what I'm going to do probably next session, folks, is focus on establishing more residential spaces over here, because by the time these guys are done, it won't be enough. Again, this is housing for 1,000 people. Our 21 plus is 11,000, right? Like this is not going to be enough. So I think we should build another one of these, and I think we should get some high rises going along the riverfront as well, because as hard as it is to supply them with what they need, it's a way to keep our footprint small while ensuring that 11,000 people have homes to go to, right? So I wonder if we don't focus on, expanding some of this residential stuff, working on some high rises along the water, but also, yes, looking at some of our meat and food and all those things. Again, we got to make sure we keep meeting needs, right? Music paused there for me as well and everything. Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's session. I certainly did. I feel like it was a fairly productive one. I feel like we'll add more trucks. We'll upgrade this road. I think we'll add more trucks to both this line and the line up at Morgrainsky as well. I think that'll make a world of difference in just producing enough meat to actually start supplying some of these places with said meat. And then we can see if we need even more imports coming in, you know, by the train load, directly of meat, you know, no livestock, just by the train load from Krabadag or Kalzina or something. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I know I've been saying that for a while, but I do like to sort of test the waters by keeping things as, you know, in-house or in-nation as possible. And if push comes to shove, obviously we can pull some bigger triggers. But folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, again, you know what to do. Let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do, what I don't do. Like, y'all know the drill by now. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big ol' thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, до свидания.